Well, guys, this Starmer government's about to cross a line in the sand that must literally become the hill we all die on, because this corrupt, worthless shitweasel now plans to bring in a compulsory digital ID for all adults.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament.
And get this, the utter clown claims it's to stop illegal immigrants.
What absolute horseshit.
Oh yes, the unimaginable bollocks in that claim is almost so ridiculous you don't need to debunk it. But obviously a digital ID won't stop illegal workers, will it? I mean, it's not like the illegal workers show any form of ID to black market employers to start with, is it? Let's be honest. So why would said employer require one now because this new law says you need a digital ID?
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people. But what we are going to do is make sure that everybody's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but
yeah.
So everyone watching who's got a job has got a national insurance number.
And the major benefit of that to the entirety of the UK is that we will therefore be able to disrupt the illegal market where people come to this country and work illegally and undercut British workers who could otherwise get those
Well, a national
jobs.
insurance number would have the same effect, because if you're illegal, you can't have one of those.
Well, the problem with national insurance numbers is that they're not linked to anything else. So they're not linked, for example, to photo ID. So you can't verify that the person in front of you is actually the person whose national insurance number that you're looking at.
Obviously, they won't. The current law says you need national insurance number and right-to-work documents like visas that these employers don't want to see, you fucking idiots. No, of course, this digital ID is really for us, used to see what we do and most likely eventually control what we do. Because as it stands, they say it's for renting houses or starting new jobs, but after that it'll become needed for banks, travel and God knows what else. Probably food, knowing these lunatics.
I have to say that when I started this job, there were actually very little countries in Africa or Latin America that had one ubiquitous type of ID, and certainly that it was digital, and certainly that it was biometric. And we've really worked with all our partners to actually help that being, to grow this. And the interesting part of it is that, yes, it is very necessary for financial services, but not only.
Sure.
It's also good for school enrollment. It's also good for health, who actually got a vaccination or not. It's very good to get your subsidies, from the government.
Investments in digital infrastructure remain an important resource for health systems and for economies and societies at large. WHO is proud today to launch the Global Digital Health Certification Network. There we will expand this infrastructure by incorporating other use, such as a digitized international certificate of vaccination, routine immunization cards, and international patient summaries.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
For sure, we'll know it'll be used to police speech online. In fact, the report behind the current push for digital ID literally says this. Digital identity can help tackle some of the most difficult challenges facing government, such as harmful content online. Yeah, remember, harmful content online means anything they don't like, and this might be needed to access the internet before long, in true 1984 fashion. But let's also never forget that this is the brainchild of Tony the Tosspot Blair, who tried and failed a few times to get this implemented before now turning to Starmer and the bullshit excuse of boat wankers to get it put in.
I think there's a huge impetus now for a national digital infrastructure. Digitization in healthcare is, I think, one of the great game changers. We should be helping countries to develop a national digital infrastructure, which they will need with these new vaccines.
Shit, doesn't Germany and other European countries currently flooded with illegal immigrants have these same digital ID cards, proving once again the aim of this is all bollocks?
They wouldn't be able to get a job, but it's also worth pointing out that there is a similar scheme in Italy, in Germany, and it hasn't worked there.
Yeah, as we all know, it won't stop any immigration and has fuck all to do with stopping it to begin with. The only thing it will stop is people complaining about immigration without the state hunting them down, alongside those who protest against anything the government does or wants to do, because remember, they can use digital ID to find out who attends protests and take action based on that. And knowing this lot they will. Take a look at last year for an example of that. But that fact also makes some on the other side of politics supporting this even more insane, because remember they call reform fascist and all this crap, yet will happily support a policy of state surveillance and control just before they're due to replace Labour as the party in government. Shit, even the likes of Magic Grandpa, the Lib Dems and Richard Bergen on the right side of history standing against this, which means hell is either frozen over or they can see the slippery slope this leads to. All of that also ignores another massive elephant in the room that's not political and affects everyone, which is data security. Because remember, if this gets hacked, everyone's details are exposed, and as time goes on, this will expand to hold more and more personal or financial details, you can be bloody sure. And then what if it doesn't work one day? People won't be able to use any of the services tacked onto it, as recent hacking or denial of service examples have literally shown us. And let me tell you, they'll tack everything onto this. So obviously the dangers of this are endless because the things it could expand into are also bloody endless. And remember, their claims of public support in this are as paper thin as Starmer's spine, because their public support is based on no one bringing up the downsides of digital ID to them. In fact, they admit the sheep support shits the bed when you mention data or privacy risks connected with these things, which is the angle we need to take in fighting against it. The right will be against it mostly because they possess common sense. The left on the other hand don't, so you can literally point out data privacy concerns or even the fact big tech will be involved in this. And you know they all hate big tech with a passion, don't they? Shit, that could be the tech deal Starmer did with Trump last week, which if it turns out to be the case will see the left collectively shit the bed in unison. But no matter what, we all need to stand against it like we did the Brexit betrayal or the pandemic lunacy that many drew a line in the sand for, which is exactly what I'm doing. My line in the sand is that I'll never accept this no matter the punishment the state tries to use against me, because not having these scumbags track and trace me any more than they currently can do is a hill I'll die on every day of the fucking week. So in short, Starmer,
how about go fuck yourself?
Pandemic.